Hello and welcome to this episode of Startup Central. I'm Nayantara. This is a show one of its kind on Indian television, dedicated, of course, to, as the name suggests, startups, innovation, technology, entrepreneurship. Basically, if it falls under the gambit of the new economy, it's going to be here on your favorite channel, ET Now, every weekday at sharp 6 p.m. Today, we're going to be talking to 2021's newest unicorn. It also happens to be the first unicorn to be minted from the prop tech space. What great timing, a comeback of the real estate market, and you're seeing India's first prop tech unicorn. So who is India's newest unicorn? It is NoBroker. And joining us here on the show are the two co-founders. There are three co-founders in all, but two of them are joining us here on ET Now, Amit as well as Saurabh. Gentlemen, congratulations. Welcome to ET Now. Thanks for giving us an interview on your big day. Amit, I'll come to you first. How long did it take NoBroker to enter the Unicorn Club? And be honest, have you made it in time with your timeline? How did it pan out?
Yeah, so we are very, very happy and blessed to cross this milestone. And thankfully, the round has been led by our existing and a new investor. And it was mainly inbound. We did not approach the investors. I think what we have been able to demonstrate in the past couple of years is a clear leadership in the property real estate. Earlier, compared to the earlier players, I think what we have been able to do is build a very, very large network, 1.6 crore cumulative customers, and a huge network effect. And I think this is what investors have liked. So we think we are right at the right time, in the right place.
Saurabh, right time, right place. It's the first time that you've actually seen the real estate market move after so long, the boom that has come. Talk to us more about that. Have you started seeing more inquiries, more transactions on the platform?
So yeah, Nayantara, you're right. I think we are seeing an upward cycle for real estate after many years. I think for the last 6-7 years, if you look, the real estate was quite stagnant. The prices were stagnant, and then multiple things happened which derailed the real estate. And now we are seeing a huge upcycle in that sense. And we believe that this is going to be a multi-year upcycle. In the last 1 year itself, we have seen transactions go up more than 100% on the platform, given that the interest rates are low. People have seen that they are spending time at home. So we believe in the next 4 to 5 years, there'll be more people who will be buying houses for their own consumption. People would be buying houses for investment. And given that the interest rates are low, we believe that this upcycle is going to continue.
Oh, of course. Real estate is not a cycle that lasts for weeks or months. It is a multi-year boom. Amit, let me put it to you this way. How are you going to enjoy the boom? And we're very early into the boom, right? It's just about started earlier this year. How will NoBroker be different from, let's say, Magic Bricks or 99 Acres?
So we are completely different. And the reason is that we are the only C2C platform in the country and the largest in the world. By C2C, what we mean is customer to customer. So unlike other platforms where the broker comes and the platforms earns revenue from broker, we connect owners and tenants, buyers and sellers directly with each other without any broker in between. So as a customer, you can come on NoBroker and basically use the services for free, a faster speed of transaction, dealing directly with the other party with no intermediary in between, and using technology to connect people so that they can save brokerage and do the transaction faster. So a completely different model, a very, very unique model, not something which has been copied or inspired from West, but something which is very, very relevant for Indian customers and solve a very, very India-specific problem.
Okay, so you're basically saying you're connecting the buyer and the seller, and there is no broker. So, Saurabh, NoBroker is also not a broker?
NoBroker is definitely not a broker, because what we are doing is we are connecting these people directly. There is no brokerage that you have to pay. You can do it. You can do the transactions completely free of cost. And I think one more big difference which we have from 99 acres and Magic Bricks kind of a platform is that we are a one-stop shop. So anything that you need to do in your real estate journey, you can actually do it on NoBroker itself. So whether it's searching for a house, you moving into your house, you maintaining the house, managing your entire society living, paying rent, getting the house painted, anything that you think of can be done at NoBroker. Because if you look at the entire real estate journey, it was very broken. You're doing the real estate transaction at one place, then you're moving into multiple other services for which you have to go to different players. Many of them are highly unorganized. But all these we have brought at one place. Seamlessly, you can complete the entire journey at NoBroker itself.
Then Amit, how does no broker make money? There's no brokerage. You are helping people connect. You're saying you're going to save money. There's no middle person. You'll offer all these services. Right now, TK is great. You guys have raised $360 million overall in the journey of no broker. But what is the plan for your startup and your unicorn now to make money?
So we make revenue which is in hundreds of crores. We don't reveal the exact number. We triple the revenue every year. And there are three sources of revenue. First is the core real estate, in which the default service is free of cost. So there is no charge. But for value-added services, for getting a phone relationship manager, there are very minimal charges in a couple of thousand rupees. Then we have a very, very large home services vertical, in which for painting, cleaning, packers and movers, we offer services. And third is financial services, in which we make money through home loan, through insurance. And these three verticals contribute very handsomely to our revenue. We early on itself wanted to make sure that we are a company which does not just have huge customer base, but a very, very robust business model. So almost from day one, we have started these value-added services. So for a customer, it's a la carte. A customer can use the NoBroker platform free of cost. But in case you need some hand-holding, then we have value-added services. And we continue to grow our revenue and triple it every year.
Saurabh, give us some insights. What kind of demographic is comfortable doing such a large ticket purchase or selling on online? You know, this is not a lipstick. This is not a pair of shoes. This is not even like, you know, a piece of a expensive phone and things like that. A property sometimes the most expensive purchase a human being makes.
Now we do more than 5 lakh transactions on the platform every year. So 5 lakh people are either buying, renting, or renting a house at NoBroker. So it is very, very large in that sense. So now we represent the entire market. You know, the entire demographics of the market is represented at NoBroker, the entire pyramid. So, but if you look at it, for example, the rentals, the tenants are typically slightly younger in age. So they will be probably from 23 years to 40 years. The owners or sellers are slightly older in age. They'll be 40 plus. The buyers are anywhere between 30 to 55 years. So I think the entire pyramid of what happens in the real estate industry is represented at NoBroker, and across cities, across geographies, we represent the entire market.
Okay. So, Amit, I want to build on that point a little more. Are you maybe doing these 5 lakh transactions a year? First of all, if it's 5 lakh transactions a year, this year should be higher because there's a boom market. And out of this 5 lakh, is most of it therefore for rental and not for sale?
So we have now become pretty large, as we were just discussing, that we add 0.6 crore new customers per year. In our past 7-year journey, we added 1.6 crore customers, but now we are doing more than 1/3 of that every year. So given such a large size, we represent the entire market. Our proportion of rental and buy and sell transaction is approximately the same, which is out there in the real world. So rental remains to be a high volume, lower value transaction. And the buy and sell is opposite, higher value, but lower volume transaction. So our proportion is exactly same. We have around 75 to 80% of transactions which are rental, and rest 20% are buy and sell. So we are very large in both of them.
So if I do the math, you're basically trying to tell me that you're adding 50 lakh new customers a month. Have I got that right, Amit?
Yeah.
Okay. So when these 50 lakh new customers are coming in the boom times, what is the difference in behavior that you have observed, Amit?
What we see is that if you look at the rental versus buying behavior, so rental is an evergreen business. Whether it is boom time or down time, the rental market remains the same. It was obviously in an exceptional circumstance like COVID, it was affected, but otherwise it's something which is present all 12 months, any year, it remains the same. Buy and sell is something which has just started picking up. So we are seeing that the bigger boom in buy sell is actually going to come. We are still in the upward cycle. We have not reached the peak. So we think this number will become much, much bigger as we progress into this cycle and would be a much larger number. Plus, we would also be able to increase our depth in the cities where we are. We would also be expanding to the cities. We plan to expand to 50 cities in the next 2 to 3 years. So we see that the number of customers is going to increase significantly from here.
Amit, the press release also says that you will be offering new services with the money that has been raised. What can these new services be?
So the objective one is to basically deepen the existing services. In terms of the new services, home loan is something which we are very excited about. The number of transactions of buy and sell which is happening on the platform is outstanding. And we think that customers across the range need help because some customers want the tenure to be higher. Some customers want the down payment to be lower. Some customers require the speed of processing of the home loan to be faster. And some other customers may have a specific need to go to a PSU bank. So different customers have different needs and different credit scores. And we are at the right moment of truth. And with our tie-ups with top 40 leading banks and NBFCs in the country, we think we are sitting at the right place to do home loans and become a very, very large player in this field. So home loan is something in which we are going to be very aggressive about.
But Saurabh, you want to enter home loans at a time when the RBI has also come out with a working paper on digital lending. There is a school of thought that maybe we will start seeing the Reserve Bank of India looking at digital lending in a big way, regulating it. How will NoBroker deal with that? And otherwise, is NoBroker looking at maybe getting its own NBFC license? But we've seen that also in the case of startups. The files have been moving slowly for approvals.
Right now, the current thought is that we should be a marketplace for home loans, a managed marketplace, and looking at the data of the person, whatever his requirements are, because every person has a unique requirement, like Amit mentioned, that somebody wants a faster disbursement, somebody wants a PSU bank, somebody says, okay, I need higher tenure. And based on that, based on the credit score, all those things, we do the matchmaking with the best banks or NBFCs who can disburse the home loan at the lowest cost and the fastest speed. So that is what the thought is right now. We're not looking at becoming an NBFC ourselves as of now. The idea is to help the customers connect to the best partner who can help them get the best loan at the lowest price and the fastest speed. Because anybody who has applied for a home loan is always anxious because already, in the transaction phase where they want that the loan should be approved as soon as possible. So NoBroker makes this entire process very, very, efficient, easy and transparent. And all the anxiety which people have will be taken care of and they will get loans at the lowest interest rate, fastest speed and lowest price.
Okay, fastest pace at the lowest price. Amit, I'm going to ask a question which is, maybe a little uncomfortable to answer on television, but it's a fact, right? Usually property transactions, and I'm not getting into the good, the bad, the ugly, the wise, and all of that. I'm not. I'm just saying that usually property transactions have a cash component. How have you folks worked around that? Because, if somebody wants to get rid of the cash or accept the cash, you can't do it on a digital platform.
What basically we have seen is two things. One, that the component of cash in the buy and sell transactions have come down over the past few years. This has also been accelerated by the fact that the government has now put circle rates on a higher levels and has introduced many of the tax laws which discourages the cash transactions. And government also tracks the cash output which happens. One is this. So generally the trend is downwards. Second thing, what we are seeing that whatever cash transaction happens even now, to the tune of 5%, 10%, 15% in some of the transactions, that customers are doing on NoBroker are doing anyway in the offline world. So what customers are doing is they are using NoBroker platform to find buyer, to find seller, and to conclude the transaction. Anything which is basically cash related, although as I said that it has come down, happens offline and perhaps typically happens before the registration. And overall, we think in the next years to come, this is going to go down further.
Saurabh, the other question I want to ask is that, when it comes to property market, itni ladaiyan hoti hain, there's so many fights. There are 3 of you founders. Have you guys fought? And if you fight or disagree, what happens?
No, I think we argue and we fight quite a lot. And I think that's also interesting because all of us have some different viewpoints and all those viewpoints come together. But like I think I've said this multiple times earlier also, that finding a co-founder is actually almost as good as getting into a marriage. So you should know your founders really well. And for us, I think that's a very, very strong point because I and Amit, we were batchmates at IIM Ahmedabad. We know each other for almost 17, 18 years now. I and Akhil was my junior at IIT Bombay, same hostel, same floor. So I know Akhil for almost 21 years now. So clearly, I think this familiarity and this, common belief, I think that's very, very strong. And that helps us even when we have different viewpoints to respect each other's viewpoints, listen to each other, fight, but at the end of the day, take a decision which all 3 of us agree with. So I think that's a very important thing.
And Amit, everything looks so hunky-dory as new unicorns are being minted. Okay, we've had maybe one IPO flop in a sense, but even then the sentiment is up. But all those founders, bootstrap startups, that are not having an easy time. What's your larger message to them? Because the fact is the startup also goes to 7 to 8 death-like instances, and we don't celebrate failure enough. So Amit, any pearls of wisdom, any anecdotes that you want to share with us from your journey?
I think if you take our examples, I would say the most important thing is to be extremely patient and follow a huge level of perseverance. When we started, then people used to say that non-brokerage has never been done anywhere else in the world. Which company are you copying in from US or China? And the answer was none. We are not copying any company which is there in US and China. This is a very, very India-specific problem. And although we are a unicorn now, the past 7 years of the journey has seen lots of ups and downs where many times investors have lost faith in PropTech because of the past instances. Our message for the fellow entrepreneurs would be to be patient and to keep on trying. Startup journey is not as glamorous as it looks from outside. But if you are doing it for the right reasons, then this is the best job in the world.
Best job in the world is to be an entrepreneur. So says the newest unicorn of 2021, the 37th unicorn of 2021, the first ever from PropTech, which is, of course, NoBroker. My final question. Amit, as you want to expand into new geographies, the fact is, you're a platform, you can be seen anywhere. Which are you there in the smaller cities? Have you been surprised maybe that, okay, we are also here in this city, the geographical reach?
So as of now, we are present in 6 cities. We are present in Bombay, Bangalore, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Delhi NCR. But yes, I think that the plan is to go to 50 cities and over the next 2 to 3 years. So I think what is happening right now is that we are not present in even all the metro cities. So first port for us would be to go to the next set of metro cities. And even in our existing cities, Delhi NCR, for example, is very new. So we want to go deeper in that city. Even in our older cities, we want to go much, much deeper. But over a period of time, we think that the real estate market is also large across these top 50 cities. And we want to be number one across these cities and become the go-to place for any real estate transaction across India.
Okay, congratulations, gentlemen.